Hey guys, I was just doing a little bit of a walkabout here. Looking around, you know. That's a pretty decent poplar tree right there. So is this one. It's always good to make note of things whenever you're out walking around, where things are, especially useful items like a tulip poplar tree. Oh, and muscadines are starting to turn, which is great. One of my favorites. But I figured while I was out here walking about, might show you guys the knife I made on episode 9, I'm sorry. A little bit of a shady spot here. We still got the sun right there, but I think it'll work. Turn this way. There's some poop. There's always poop out here. That's great. Where there's poop, there's animals. Besides muscadines, animals are my favorite. All right, you see me? Good. So this is the knife that I made. It was forged from some kind of a nail. I don't know. I found it in the water. It was all beat up and stuff. Check that out. That was a big nail too, just by the way. Stretched it out a little bit, but still it's a pretty big nail. And contrary to popular belief, this did somewhat harden. The file skated off of it, and it took me forever to sharpen this thing. But once it was sharp, it's retained its edge. It's done a really good look. It cut my thumb. It's done a really good job. This was actually a pretty cool thing. I knew as soon as I found this nail that I wanted to make a knife out of it. I watched Biko do that on season 8, and I thought, man, if I would have found a nail or any kind of piece of metal like that, then I would have made a knife. Luckily, I found this. It was actually when the water started to recede. It was in a spot that I had walked quite often, picking cranberries, I believe it was. I know there was a blueberry patch and a cranberry patch up the hill. But I had walked over this thing so many times and never seen it because it was below the water. And when I found it, I said, "Oh man, that's awesome! I got a little nail. I can actually do something now." And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna build me a knife. And but the back of it, I put a 90 on the back here, nice and straight spine, good and thick. That thing won't bend. And it would scrape the ferro rod. It would actually pull sparks off of it, which was pretty neat. Also shows the carbon in it. Not necessarily. I've scraped a ferro rod with a piece of broken glass before. Anything with a good sharp edge, you can get it. It just depends on how much it'll throw. You know, a good carbon steel blade will throw a spark like it ain't nothing. This one actually threw a good spark. After I made the knife, after I forged it all out, and it was just the raw metal here, I decided to make a sheath for it and put a handle on it. This rope is netting rope that I found, you know, periodically throughout my stay there on the beach. I think this was actually the longest piece I found, but you know, you always pick up any kind of cordage that you can. You can see on the sheath where it's all tied together. But anyways, to make the sheath, after I had a handle on it, I knew I needed something to hold it, and I'm used to my neck knife. As long as you have your knife right here, you're good to go. Oh. And so I wanted a good sheath, and I wanted it to where it wouldn't fall out. you know. So I took a piece of black spruce, as you saw on the show. I carved it into the shape that I wanted it, and then I split it down the middle. And then I took and set the knife about how far I wanted it to go deep, you know, and took a piece of charcoal and kind of outlined it. And I actually carved the inside of this to fit this perfectly. Down in here it thins out where it'll hold the blade, and up top it's a little thicker to hold the handle. So once that thing goes in there, it just will not come out, you know. For the sheath, I thought it was a pretty cool idea, you know. For the sheath, after I got it split, I took my snare wire, you see, and wired it together and put a little tension on it to hold it still. And I thought, man, that's just too plain. I need to put something else on there. So then I took the rope and wrapped it with the rope. I made two little ears off the side here to hold the paracord. This is the outer layer of paracord, because I use the inner layer making my gill net. But the outer layer of paracord, and made a necklace out of it. And this thing, I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. And I was happy to give this to my son, my eldest son, as a souvenir when I came back from the show. And he has a lot of knives, and me and him, we've collected a lot of knives over the years, and he was pretty happy about it, and I was happy to give it to him. The other thing that I made, they let you know it was a ball in a cup, and depending on what else is shown, I will be showing you the ball in a cup, but I have to wait just to see what's building up here. So I didn't bring it out this time. Maybe next time. Maybe, hopefully next time. But yeah, so doesn't seem like a whole lot, but that actually took a long time to forge out there with a fire on a beach, using a rock as an anvil with the back of my axe, tapping on the damn thing. But it was a lot of fun. I like forging. I actually made a joke, and I remember this, but they didn't air it, obviously. But as I was forging this, when I finished forging the knife, I pointed it at the camera and said, "Forged in fire, I'm coming for you next." And I thought that was pretty funny. I do some forging at my house. I built my own cold forge. It's really rough and tumble, but it really gets the job done. I've made quite a few knives, and it's just something I enjoy. Alright guys, maybe next episode I'll get to show you guys a few more things. At least maybe the ball in a cup. I should have went ahead and brought it out here, but I like the build up of stuff, so that's why I said nobody could see it yet. I'll let a little bit of the lip show, but you can't see it yet. I'm hoping it plays out the way I'm thinking it's going to. If it does, that'd be great. But until the next episode, you'll just have to wait and see. I appreciate everybody watching. Please subscribe if you want to catch the next one. Be one of the first. And you know, there's no telling what they might show. I know that there was a few more things out there, and I've got this big thing planned at the end of it all where I show everything. And so if you want to subscribe, catch that. You'll definitely not want to miss it. And till the next video, we'll see you guys later. I appreciate you viewing. Thanks guys.